I This weekend was one of regret and mistakes and lessons learned. I had some solar panels and battery back installed in 2022, 2023, a couple of years ago now. And everything was going great until last year when the company went bankrupt. Apparently, learning from my installer slash a dude that was paid to help me fix these, that he did mostly, that the company got bought out and people from Amazon took over, and the management, all this new management came from Amazon, and they weren't solar people; they were money making people, which I don't have a problem with. But if you're going to have a product, you got to know what the hell it is. Until they made bad choices, and the company went defunct. So now I have SunPower gear that doesn't have any more coverage on it, and but basically it's the batteries, this plate. Oh, look at those cute puppies. It's not that big of a deal, but still. And then the company that's taken over the watching my panels and all, apparently they're not too keen on opening up the commissioning app so people can fix the panels if there's an issue with them and solar and all that. Well, luckily, got a workaround for that. I'm not going to get into too much detail. Got the panels working. I need a MIDC component, the thing that's on the wall. And there's resources now. There's Reddit, of all places, that's got a ton of SunPower, whatever you call it, Reddit, when you read it, and eBay, where they sell all decommissioned gear. It's still working. One piece that I need on eBay. I just don't drive that fast, dude. And here we are. When I say regret, I should have went with Tesla. I should have just went with Tesla. On the other hand, I'm learning a lot about solar, full solar system that I didn't know before. So that's a good learning curve. It's a lot more complex than it is to have a 2,000 watt system in your basement with 100 watt, 12 volt batteries. That's okay. Lesson learned. What I plan on doing is going through every Reddit post and printing it off, the ones that, not the comments that people make that are stupid, but anything that's legitimate, print it off. And then the inverter itself is made by Schneider. They're still in business, so there's a 5-year warranty on that, and the inverters aren't that expensive. And luckily, my solar panels with these micro inverters underneath them, they're made by Enphase, and Enphase is doing good. And Enphase, it looks like Enphase has a way that if we had to, we could switch the I'm having an issue with to an end phase thing, and that the commissioning. I got to do more research on that. Most of this is just a communication between one piece of equipment that we think has failed and the other piece. Because on the, I got to choose my words rightly here. On the inverter, it's in the wall of my basement. It has a failure code, and that failure code equipment's failed. Who knows? And I thought, well, what if we just unplugged that piece of equipment and plugged it back in and tried it again? Now, this piece I bought only cost $75. It wasn't a kill or no kill situation. My regret, there's two lessons learned here. My regret is I bought a SunPower system not knowing that they would go broke or go bankrupt in a couple of years. I could get a Tesla system, which seems to be flourishing. But on the other hand, I'm really learning a lot about my solar system that I said I always wanted to learn, but I never really did. Besides just building a small home system, a 2,000 watt portable system for shit hitting the fan, which doesn't cover too much. So be it. And that's some other potpourri today. Why are these people just tailing me? I don't drive fast. I will never drive fast. I'm going to give them the dirty stink eye. Okay. See, there's a truck full of rocks right there, and I don't want to get hit by rocks. So there's a reason why my stink eye. Yeah, motherfucker. Now this guy's right back behind me because he realizes why I'm doing what I'm doing. Are they letting me in? This potpourri of people. Yeah, they will. So that was this weekend. Didn't make any videos this weekend. Came up with a cool idea. Okay. And I'll share it with you. I'm going to do, I don't know, 5 or 10 videos about getting all your what emergency medical supplies you can get off Amazon for your emergency packs. And I've actually gotten all these stuff off Amazon. And I'm sticking strictly with Amazon. Okay. So there is going to be some limitations. I can't find a cricothyroidotomy kit on Amazon. And I guess restfully so. There's plenty of training kits, but not a cric. Plenty of nasal trumpets. Can't find a King LT airway. Find something similar to it, but not King LT. So all these emergency medical supplies for an emergency first aid kit, definitely for an IFAC, that you can get off Amazon. You know, you can't buy IV fluid off of Amazon. And then I got another inspiration about a video I want to make about shit hit the fan. What are type 1 diabetics going to do? Well, they need to start doing something now. And I'm going to make a medical video about that. I've noticed a lot of channels, a lot of more popular channels on YouTube that make medical videos, but they're made by non-medical people. And I'm not talking about just a simple individual first aid kit, which is basically what I think should be the limit if you are making prepping videos. Or people can make whatever videos they want on YouTube. But what authority or experience does one have just because they're a prepper with no medical background at all, telling somebody else what to pack in their medic bag? That's where I find it concerning. Almost as concerning is people that are buying medical supplies from China, or not China, from India, which I don't have a problem with, but they're coming back and selling it to people here in the States. Now, whatever, I don't have a problem with that either, but they don't know what the hell they're selling. And I always go back to this case where this girl was bragging about her medical supplies she got from these people. Which included an IV solution. It couldn't be given as an IM shot. An IV solution of Augmentin, which is useless in a emergency situation or shit hit the fan situation. How specific one vial of Augmentin really would not, this guy didn't even put his light on, do anything for anybody. I tried to bring that point home to them, but they don't seem to get it. And I liked her Facebook group she runs, Facebook group, a group on Facebook that she puts a lot of effort in. It's all good. But these people are blind. What's realistic? What would work? One dose of Augmentin is not going to do shit for anybody. So, I don't know. And the recommendation that I had for her instead was get Rocephin, ceftriaxone, that you'd be given as an IM shot. But they had no idea what the hell I was talking about. I mean, you could give an IM shot. And I know they cover more of the same organisms. Augmentin's used it for increased resistance. But the oral agents, honestly, are more important than these injections or IV medication. And then The other component that really, really pisses me off is how long will it take to, I don't know, I have to research it because I don't memorize shit, okay? How long you infuse augmentin intravenously and what's the dose? It's always based on weight for like infants and children. So that's another potpourri, as it were. So I've been going back and I've been updating a lot of my old videos with just better thumbnails, better video descriptions. I'm not changing the content at all of the videos, except where I edited out the silly intro that I used to have for my videos. That was just really, it was to boost my ego. But people just wanted you to get right to the video. This isn't a channel about how to make YouTube videos. I'm just going over some potpourri today, as it were. So the channel, the videos where I had like my introduction, or I had video recording of stuff I took in Afghanistan and the Army, and stuff I did recently, took all that out and went right to the chase about what we're doing today on today's video. And you can do that through YouTube. So I don't have to download it to my editor system, Cybernetics or whatever it's called, to do it. Cybertron or whatever it's called. I don't remember. I'm losing customers. So let's go back to my videos about Amazon. So not only am I going to just tell you which ones I think are good, I'm going to demonstrate them on the different mannequins that I have about what product I think you should get off Amazon. Medical wise. And I've been doing a lot of research on this, and I've been doing it for a long time. Now, this is just for Amazon because it's fun just to do it with Amazon. There are other places to buy medical supplies, but for some of this basic stuff, you don't need stuff that's fancy or overrated or overcharged. And the worst thing that you can do, I think, is to buy these pre-filled packets or these pre-filled bags with stuff that you wouldn't even need. Like, they come with these cheap scissors. Versus whatever. These prepackaged first aid kits. I guess if you have that kind of money to spend, you can spend it, but you're getting frivolous supplies. So far, I have extraction devices. I have a Skedco. I have a generic Skedco. I have a collapsible litter. I have a fiber cloth litter. And then I have small rescue water floatable that I don't really like to use, except for the intended for. They're floating backboards, basically. Plastic backboards that can be used as litters, but not really. They were meant to be stabilize someone with a spinal injury in place. And some people use them as backboards. But you always end up putting them on a litter anyway. Drinking some water today. So that's that. That's more potpourri. Then I went over the different types of tourniquets. And of course, there's a junctional tourniquet and a soft tourniquet and a cat tourniquet that you can get on Amazon. Then I was a little perplexed in my next presentation as far as field dressings. Now, I like Israeli dressings, okay? So whatever version of Israeli dressing you like, that's up to you. But the part that I'm working on now is the bleeding part, the components of a bleeding part, to include gauze, hemostatic granules, hemostatic injectables, Curlex versus rolls. And then I already talked about airway, which to me it's some more limiting, because if you can't have, I'm not going to talk about, now when you think of airway, you've got to also think of suction. The two have to go hand in hand. And so I don't list, although you can get endotracheal tubes on Amazon, I don't list them. I'm not going to put them in my list, because let's be honest, folks, you're not going to ambu bag somebody for an hour waiting for something good to happen. You're going to put them on a ventilator. And last time I checked, you can't buy this portable ventilator off of Amazon to breathe for somebody. So why would I include a ventilator or ET tubes? What I'm going to include are pediatric ambu bags and adult ambu bags. So that's more potpourri. And that's where I'm at right now. The next component that I want to work on are fractures. What to do for fractures in your emergency medical kit. Now, here's the thing, folks. You can buy casting materials on Amazon. You can buy sand splints. You can buy traction splints. What I don't like, and I don't even know if they sell them anymore, are pressure air splints, okay, for lack of a better word. I don't like air splints, because once they pop, there goes all the pressure, and there goes the splint. So that's my potpourri. I still want to do a video on using my PVS 14 and my clip-on thermal imager, just to make some action videos, how it would look putting a tourniquet on with that. And that's what I think I'm going to do. Just using my phone, actually, and looking through and then seeing how it looks through my thermal devices for some more action videos. And a couple of years ago, I did a political video and I used my devices, and none of it worked. Now, on to the good news. I need like 350 more hours of watch time before I can start generating YouTube ads and get generating income from people watching my videos using YouTube ads. Right now, I'm monetized where I can put links in my description to things besides YouTube, where at this point I'm just linking my audiobooks, my poetry audiobook and my combat medic audiobook. Oh, it's not green. So, and then they let you have supers where people would, I guess, during live streams or whatever, they would pay you money for doing your live stream. Which I don't expect anybody to do that, but it's out there. So to me, the way I'm going to generate revenue from YouTube is when people, you're forced to watch commercials anyway on YouTube during videos, unless you have the premium service. So I'm going to do it. And then once I get monetized, I'm going to release more YouTube shorts. Because right now you can't get monetized for them unless you're monetized already. And I don't know if you go back and you watch it, it's after the fact. We'll see. I don't know. But I got to wait. They say like only 1% of YouTubers get monetized, so I'm pretty excited. And really, I started doing my YouTube. I've had a channel since 15, 16 years now. But really, I just started making good videos this year. This spring, I started making some YouTube videos again, where I put some more effort into it. So right now I have almost 2,800 subscribers. That's since this spring. And I've really worked on making better videos. And the only thing that I have a hard time incorporating on this channel is freeze-dry videos. For some, I can't get preppers to watch freeze-dry videos. And maybe because it's boring the way I'm making them. Maybe, and I got an idea for that. Just go right to the point. Okay, this is freeze-dried carrots, and show me eating them. And guess what, folks? This came from my garden, and this is the benefits of having a freeze dryer. Instead of going through the process of taking the carrots downstairs to my freeze dryer, watching me boil them for 3 minutes or 2 minutes, and then putting them in the freeze dryer. So I got to make my videos that provide some benefit to my customer, the people watching my videos. So I provide a good service with my medical knowledge. That's for sure. I mean, there's second to none in prepper and other preppers. I got some 5 to 1 in tactical knowledge. There are other preppers out there, prior military infantry types, not Cow Scouts, that offer some better tactical knowledge. Although for any layperson, the stuff I discuss is just as good, if not just as good. One thing that I like to make that nobody seems to really care for are the holistic naturopathics that preppers should learn about before shit hits the fan, and have this stockpiled. And then this gets me into the. It's 7:39, folks. These kids walking to school. Anyway, gets me into the point where you always see on Facebook, okay, these groups where these people post these posts about naturopathics that you can take for certain diseases, and how outdated some of these posts are because they're, I mean, have incorrect, irrelevant information. Honestly, I think I'm going to have to leave a group on YouTube or Facebook, the one that I mentioned earlier, because she lets people post erroneous things too much. I just can't be a part of it. And then that she likes to no political affiliate, no politics on the page. Well, guess what? If you're a prepper, you have political views, and that's the whole. That's not the whole thing. And gun talk is political. I don't get that. I think I'm going to have to dismiss myself from that page. And no, I don't go to the page and complain about someone needs to kick me out. I'll just delete it myself. Like I'm sure some YouTubers that subscribe to my channel don't like the shit I have to say. They left. I mean, congratulations. I'm entitled to my knowledge and experience. And if what I share with you don't like, you don't have to, find someone that correlates with what you want to listen to. I mean, I am a conservative person. I'm not a libertarian by any means. So that's how I do my channel. But here's the thing. My political views should have no bearing on what you watch. Or if you're a liberal and you're watching my channel, my political views should have no bearing on it, because the stuff I talk about isn't geared towards just some person with one political onset. It's geared towards everybody. Oh, that's weird. Well, I can see that at the corner, this is going to sound bad. The beggar that works on this corner, apparently he parks his car somewhere and he walks here. And I see him walk in, get to work. See where he parked over there. Interesting. Then the guy started walking with a limp as he was crossing the street. Before that, he was walking fine. It's all a big show, folks. It's all a big show. So, yeah, I do have mannequins that I can practice airways with. For your information, I have two or a couple more of them in my I got one out and open. I have two out and open that I can practice airways with, and I have a couple hidden in my basement somewhere, deep in my basement. So I could do legitimate training videos. And I have arms that I can practice putting tourniquets on. Fake arms, of course, not real people. And I have legs that I can practice doing. Come on, sweetheart. It's green. Tourniquets and junctional tourniquets. So legitimately, I'm not going to spray an anticoagulant or a clotting agent on a plastic wound, okay? And I'm not going to find a wild animal and do it like that. I'm not a beast. $7:46. Today's Monday. I used to do just telephone appointments on Monday, but they took that away from me now too. And I would do 15, 16 telephone appointments. No joke. But what somebody did was they added in-clinic appointments. Okay, that's life. You know, I don't get to work from home anymore. I don't do telephone appointments one day a week at home like other people get to do. But someone forgot to change my schedule because they had me double booked doing a telephone appointment and a video appointment, both at the same time. And I can't do two appointments at once. At least my new boss here, she got hired back in June. She's trying to fix this stuff. My old boss sometimes would piss me off and say, well, they can double book it. But how the hell can I see two people at the same time? Do you understand that? There's just physically, literally isn't enough time to do it. Well, I think we're going to wrap it up a little bit. That's where this weekend. Now, this is what the bad part. If we sell the house, if we sell our house and we move or at some point, at least the new owner will have a great solar system, and they'll have backup parts that they can use in case shit hits the fan. And they're going to have a notebook about everything you need to know about that solar system that I'm working on right now, that I should have been working on since I bought it, which I didn't. So that's my failure. And I thought I started learning about it. Again, more of my failure. But you learn from your failures. This is survival. This is